Europeans don't know what happened 1,000 years ago, because if you ask them what was happening a millennium back, they immediately time travel back to the same 3 postcards they've been recycling since the Renaissance. A knight in a tin can, a church wobbling under the weight of relic theft, and some monk squinting at parchment like he's decoding the universe, when he's actually copying the wrong date for the 3rd century in a row. They don't remember that 1,000 years ago they were still arguing about whether bathing was sorcery, whether books should exist outside monasteries, and whether the sun going down was a divine curse or just what the sun does. Meanwhile, the rest of the world was out here building observatories, libraries, irrigation systems, algebraic frameworks, astronomical tables, surgical instruments, literary canons, and continental trade webs that make the European timeline look like a scribble made by a child who lost the crayon halfway through. 1,000 years ago, Europe was still trying to figure out how to count, how to farm without summoning a famine every 14 months, and how to store grain without the rats unionizing. But ask them now and they'll gesture vaguely at the Middle Ages. Like that's a single event, not 6 centuries of confusion punctuated by cold weather and bad handwriting. They don't know what happened 1,000 years ago because the moment the timeline leaves the 4 kingdoms they memorized in 7th grade, it collapses into a fog of feudalism, while every other civilization on Earth was busy generating the material, scientific, and cultural blueprints Europe would later claim to have invented. Europeans don't know what happened 1,000 years ago because if they did, they'd have to admit they weren't at the center of it. Cope.